What's going on YouTube? It's Mark here and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I do actually have a special guest here, Elle, who's also my girlfriend.
Hey guys!
If you are a regular to the channel, you do know I have been posting on the channel my progression, as I did start on keyboard and mouse over must be about half a year ago, but I've been having months so I haven't been playing as much. So on, that progression video will be coming out soon. But over lockdown, Elle was actually staying with me and I thought, well, we're both a bit bored and I was going to try get her on Fortnite, trying to get her good. She's never played on keyboard and mouse or really played many video games in general, isn't that right?
Nope.
So as Elle has actually been staying with me for over lockdown, if you lot are from the UK, you do know we're in a national lockdown right now. Us getting a bit bored, I thought I'd be training her up, trying to get her to at least be able to play. When we first started in the week, she couldn't even use WASD and move around on the map, let alone anything else. So you're going to see a progression from literally never played a computer game really before to hopefully, well, I mean, she ain't going to be winning any earnings anytime soon, but her progression nonetheless. The video is an interesting one in my opinion, so hopefully you stick around, but without rambling along, let's get right on into it. Right, before anything, we do actually need to get Elle dressed like a gamer because she's got some girly clothes on. I don't really know what that is, but you know, we're gonna rep the DK Nation. Link down below for any merch from DK Nation. That is my team if you didn't know. But we do need to get dressed like a gamer, because if you're gonna be a gamer, you gotta dress like a gamer. So let's go get her changed.
Ready to go?
So after getting Elle dressed, what we did then go and do was I did get her on Kovacs. As a lot of you will know, if you do watch my progression videos in particular, I do like to focus on Kovacs. Kovacs is just a great way to get your mouse moving and really being able to quickly lock on to different areas of the screen. Other than helping your aim in general, if you're just a casual PC just user in general, you don't have to do these big movements with a mouse when you're just generally browsing on the internet or writing assignments or whatever it may be. So really the aim here wasn't just to get her aim good, but it was really just to get her familiar with moving the mouse around, as without this she was going to struggle just even doing editing, let alone when I maybe would try get her to shoot. As you can see across the week, she did drastically improve and got some really high scores on Tile Frenzy on Kovacs. So after getting her familiar with moving the mouse around a little bit with Kovacs in day 1, in day 2 I did actually get her on Fortnite. I didn't realise till I actually got her to try move that she just didn't know how to use the movement keys at all. What she started doing was actually pressing the W key with her index finger. Obviously us gamers do know that we don't want to be pressing W with our index finger, but we do actually want to press it with our middle finger. So really day 2 I was just getting her familiar with all the movement keys and running around on the map. It seemed simple, but it was needed. So moving into day 3. We did progress. It was quite a simple progression, but again you got to remember Elle had never played Fortnite ever, let alone a computer game, so I was trying to get her familiar and having a bit of a structure to trying to help her improve. So obviously in day 2 we had a run around, which I know sounds simple. So day 3 we stepped it up a notch. I know this is going to be a crazy step up, but we did have her practicing pressing all the different weapon keys, all the different building keys, and as well as the edit key as well. So we did actually get her to press a lot of different keys, and I know you think that sounds really simple, a lot of people that is, but that is literally, you got to think another finger movement along with just pressing W that you do have to think about, and we all take it for granted now that do play on keyboard, but for those that don't, that is something that you actually got to adapt to and take into consideration. So understandably she did get a little bit bored doing that, so she did have a very first go at editing on day 3, but I want the main focus on day 3. You can see how she started at day 3 and you are going to see her progress throughout the week, and hopefully, you know, it's going to improve from what you see here in day 3. So moving into day 4, our main focus on this day was just editing. Of course, for a lot of people, this is where they would have started in day 1. But for Elle, you got to remember, never played on keyboard or mouse before, not really played any video games. So apart from getting a hand moving on the mouse and also getting used to WASD so she could move around the map, we did then move on to editing in the day 4. One thing to note as well, I will say, you got to remember Kovacs, she was doing that all the time, every single day, but this is how we were progressing, like adding steps to it. So I do just want to mention that before getting on to anything else. But as you can see, she did gradually start improving. To begin with, she was only doing one edit at a time, really slow, not even selecting the right thing, having to stop. And with some of the edits at least, she could get a bit of more movement there, and she could actually do a double edit, sometimes cleanly, but again, not that much. But she was improving nonetheless and starting to look better. Babe,
Yeah?
as I can see you improving, I need to take you to the next level. I need to try to get you cracked.
How are you going to do that?
For us gamers, we take something called G Fuel.
Oh yeah, G Fuel, I've heard of that. Code DKNation at checkout, right?
Yeah, code DKNation at checkout to get cracked. And this is what we're going to be getting at YouTube, G Fuel. So let's go make her one and get her to the next level. And tell the difference, yeah, babe.
Yeah, I'm cracked. Take that over a Red Bull any day. It tastes so good.
So Elle had now drank her G Fuel using code DKNation. She was cracked, and as you can see by day 6, she has improved a lot. I know she's looking pretty fast on the keys, so just to clarify, I did then put the webcam on. I thought you guys need to see she is moving mad on the keys, and I did want you to all believe that the G Fuel really did instigate this crackedness from Elle. Before any come from me, you can see it for yourself. G Fuel does work. Code DKNation at checkout. Let's go on to the next day. So moving on to day 5, what we did then get Elle to start doing was editing and shooting. Again, I know this is kind of a simple progression, but you gotta remember again, Elle had never ever played Fortnite, let alone any computer games, so I was doing it in baby steps for her, so she just didn't give up on the day that we started. So of course in day 2 where we had just got her running around, and day 3 where I was getting her used to pressing all the different keys, this was going to come into effect and help her when she was doing what I was getting her to do in day 5. Along with the editing, she was having to press an extra key to pull out her shotgun to shoot before then editing through, and then again having to press her shotgun to edit through. I know it sounds simple, but you gotta think this is like an extra step to go through that edit course. And when there's an extra step, it is obviously more confusing, especially for someone that's never used keyboard with any sort of gaming. One thing I noticed, her shot didn't look too bad, but I guess that was all the Kovacs and how quickly she did improve throughout the week on Kovacs. So we were now approaching the end of the week, and in day 6, again we did carry on pushing Elle so she could progress further. But in day 5, I did add an extra step, this step being she had to pull out a shotgun as well as editing, so we did add an extra key press, like with the movement or with the edit course, however you want to put it. In day 6, we added a further one where other than editing through, shooting the target, she now had to press a build piece, typically the ramp, to then progress through the edit course. If I'm honest, she did struggle doing this a bit because again, she had never really, I don't think ever really had a reason to press the stair key, which is on the side of my mouse, so it is a different key to press. Obviously most mouses do not have this button, so it was something for her to get used to. But we did add that extra step, and you can see across day 6 how she does improve for that. Again, it was a bit of a struggle for her, it was a bit slower, but again, she had never played keyboard or mouse before on games, and I keep repeating it, but I really do want to hone that through and make sure you guys do understand. So we had finally made it to the last day of the week. In day 7, we did do something completely different, and that was free building. I don't think Elle was quite ready yet to try do a 90, which I'm sure most people would probably learn to do in the first couple of days, or at least attempt to start learning. But I did get her to start making a box. Obviously building boxes is a key part of the game, so I felt this was probably the first thing she should start to learn. At this point she'd only ever been using 2 fingers really to play the game at this moment in time. Now she was having to press 4 different keys with 4 different fingers in order to build the box. She did slowly get the hang of it across the day, and you can see she did improve reasonably fast at doing this. That was Elle's 7-day progression on keyboard and mouse, but you also got to remember she had never ever played a computer game really ever before, let alone on the keyboard. So no insane progression, but do let us know down below how she did get on, and if you've got a girlfriend, maybe put her up to the task and see how she gets on after 7 days.
They won't beat me.
So yeah, as we do have a special guest, I'm actually going to let Elle take over and just finish off the rest of the video with the outro. So yeah, I'll leave it on to Elle.
You know the drill, guys. Like, comment and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so you don't miss another video from Mark. One last thing, I hope you did enjoy the little G Fuel skit we did in the middle of the video, and don't forget code DKNation at checkout, link in the description below.